On today's episode of Outlook Television, queer puppets at the Avenue Q show from Toronto.
The Gabe Youth program, helping Vancouver's queer youth.
Skylar Bear goes out for kicks.
The Amy Wilding Show celebrates 1 year of queer comedy.
Colin dances a jig with the Two-Spirited in Winnipeg.
A fantastic dance show called Kinesis.
The Man Up Drag Show at the Cobalt.
Queer country star Patrick Masse. Hi, welcome to this episode of Outlook TV. Today we're broadcasting from the Jack Pool Plaza in Vancouver, British Columbia, with the Olympic Cauldron right behind us.
We are the fabulous queer TV show that is all queer all the time.
I'm Dan Doomshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman.
We have an exciting episode for you today, packed with stories, queer stories, from all across the country.
And we're going to start out with puppets. Queer puppets.
Avenue Q in Toronto is a puppet show that's a little bit different. Our reporter Mark takes us behind the scenes.
Hello, Mark Kenneth Woods here, and I'm standing on Ossington Street in the Queen West area of Toronto, which is also known as Toronto's sort of secondary queerborhood. And I'm right in front of the Lower Ossington Theatre, which is currently running the production Avenue Q. And I had the privilege of not only getting a sneak peek of the production, but I got the chance to talk to some of the colorful cast, shall we say, some of them human and some of them not so much.
We're together here on Avenue Q. We live on Avenue Q.
I am Kate Monster. I'm a kindergarten teaching assistant. I live on Avenue Q. I have lots of friends here. They're all really fun people. This new guy just moved in named Princeton. I think he's kind of cute.
Well, he's Trekkie Monster, and you're Kate Monster.
Right.
You're both monsters.
Yeah.
Are you two related?
What? Princeton, I'm surprised at you. I find that racist.
I'm sorry. I was just asking.
Well, it's a touchy subject. No.
Well, it's a Tony Award-winning Broadway musical, and it's a mixture of human and puppet characters. And basically it tells the story of a young college graduate named Princeton who's fresh out of school with a BA in English, and he's sort of in the process of realizing that having a BA in English doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be set for life the way we were told when we were kids. So it's sort of like how Sesame Street teaches you that you're special and there's going to be like a really bright future for you, but then when you get out of college, you sort of maybe don't have quite the bright reception from the real world that you hoped that you would have.
Everyone's a little bit racist sometimes. Doesn't mean to go around committing hate crimes.
This show is about finding your purpose. Well, and all the trials and tribulations that you face, and the crazy people that you meet.
Thanks. Gary! I'm a-coming.
Oh my God, it's Gary Coleman!
Yes, I am. I'm Gary Coleman from TV's Different Strokes. I made a ton of money that got stolen by my folks. So now I'm broke and I'm the butt of everyone's jokes. But I'm here, the superintendent of Avenue Q.
As kind of like an homage/joke, the writers of Avenue Q had Gary Coleman as the superintendent of the building that everybody lives in, which is kind of a joke because he was working as a security guard. He's not the child star he once was. Life hasn't treated him so well, and he sees his position in life, I think, as like his job is to provide people with sort of inspiration and to make them feel better about any failings that they may have had in their own life.
Come on down to the Lower Ossington Theatre to see Avenue Q, running from August 24th to October 7th.
For more information on the production and for tickets, you can visit www.lowerossingtontheatre.com. I'm Mark Kenneth Woods for Outlook TV.
We live on Avenue Q.
This is real life.
We live on Avenue Q.
You're gonna love it.
We live on Avenue Q.
Here's your keys.
Welcome to Avenue Q.
Well, it's back to school time, so it's the perfect time to send our baby-faced reporter Jack Fox into Gab.
That's right. Jack is going to tell us what Gab is all about and who it helps in our community.
Community at 1170 Butte Street is home to Gabe Youth. To find out more about it, I spent some time with a few friendly faces.
Gabe Youth is a safe space and a community for all youth. Doesn't matter how they identify. They could be gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, questioning. And we also have a lot of allies that come. And I think that's really important.
I was curious to hear about what Gab gets up to on their drop-in nights.
Wednesdays, we tend to be pretty mellow because we get like usually less than a dozen youth out. And we do a lot of board games. If it's nice out, we may go to the park or down to the beach. And Fridays are a whole different animal. We used to get like 40 youth out on a Friday night. Now it's more like stabilized between like 25, 30. We're the only program that runs in the evenings on Fridays, so we own Gab, and the youth really, really own this place. Like they consider it like a second home.
To shed some light on the importance of Gab, I chatted to one of the participants about his experience.
For me personally, I was extremely depressed before coming here, and I've said Gab and will continue to say like Gab has saved my life, and I know it has with a bunch of other people, and it's a variety of things. It can be a networking place, an emotional supportive area, then that's one of the main reasons why people go here.
Not only does Gab Youth provide support and drop-in twice a week, they also offer opportunities for youth to teach other youth.
Pride Speaks are interactive anti-oppression workshops that focus on anti-homophobia and anti-sexism. I've seen some real improvement among youth. I've gone to the same school twice in a year, and the second time I've gone back, they suddenly have a GSA, or Gay Straight Alliance, and I'll have a kid come up to me and be like, oh, you were here early in the year, thank you so much. I used to get bullied, and I just sit there like, oh, I'm so glad I helped. Immediate reactions are usually of, there's the cool guys in the back that are like, oh, this is so stupid, blah, blah, blah. There's a few people who are really into it, but overall it seems to have helped.
For OutlookTV, this is Jack Fox with Gab Youth in Vancouver.
And now it's time for sports. Rebecca, we've covered a lot of queer sports on this show.
We have. There's been baseball, there's been dancing.
Curling, they did.
Curling,
yeah.
it's true. Nice pants in the curling.
Yeah, we've sent Skylar on a lot of different assignments. This one involves inflatable balls.
Inflatable balls, inflatable balls, inflatable...
Soccer.
Oh, sorry, right, soccer. Does he wear short shorts?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Let's tune in and find out. Skylar went to cover the Out for Kicks queer soccer team.
Out for Kicks!
It's your Outlook TV sportscaster Skylar Bear here, and I'm taking you to Andy Livingston Park, where Vancouver's own Out for Kicks is having their annual soccer charity tournament. Sister leagues from all over the Pacific Northwest have come up for this exciting match, and all proceeds go to a great cause. All go to Youth Co.
Out for Kicks is a local nonprofit league that really focuses on the social and fun aspects of getting LGBT people out and playing soccer and playing sport. We really focus on recreation and creating a healthy, fun environment for people to play in, and really developing those social ties within the community.
Players of all levels play in the Out for Kicks League.
Well, they do the training sessions at the beginning to make sure that to assess your skills, and no, they didn't. I hadn't played in about a year, so I was a little rusty. It's been excellent. It's been an amazing experience. We get to go to different tournaments and stuff in Seattle and Portland, and that was probably my favorite thing, and that's what we're doing here. So yeah, it's been a great experience actually. Probably my favorite thing to do in Vancouver.
I've been playing for about 10 years. With the different gay teams playing soccer, and there's so many great guys, and coming up here it's like, oh hey Colby, hey whoever, and so many friendly faces like Patrick, and you get to know guys over the years, and it's just a really good feeling as far as knowing people, when you visit the city when it's not soccer time, you have people to say hi to.
This is about my fifth year, and I think the best part of it is that you get to know people over the years, and so every year you're playing with different people, and so now you've got friendships with people on every team, so it's just fun to come out every week because you're playing someone that you know and you're friends with.
I've been on the board, I've played as a captain as well. There's a lot of experiences that you can have like that on top of just playing the game, but all good people. It's, you play competitively, but it's all fun at the end.
And how about some short shorts to go with those jerseys?
I think they're yoga pants, actually.
I don't think we can call them pants if we're not calling them shorts.
They're soccer shorts.
They look good, and that's what's important.
All right, so I'm here with Brett from the Oasis team, who's taking some time out of his match, and he's going to show me a couple of basics on how to kick a ball around. Cool?
Sounds great.
All right, let's get at it. This is Skylar Bear with Team Legacy signing off with OutlookTV.
OutlookTV!
Please stay with us. We're going to have to take a little break right now.
Don't go anywhere because we've got the queer right here.
Hi, I'm Princeton, and you're watching OutlookTV.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Here on the show, we always try to keep our finger on the pulse of what's hot and what's happening on the entertainment scene. Well, there's been a show that's been around in Vancouver for a year, and we thought we'd send one of our best-looking reporters to cover it.
So I went to the Amy Wilding show, which is like a comedy show, and it was her first birthday, and like it was fabulous.
I love Commercial Drive, and so I'm very happy to be here tonight to bring you to the Amy Wilding Show. It is a gay variety comedy show, and it has been going for one whole year. It's their first birthday, first anniversary, whatever you want to call it, tonight, and that's pretty momentous here in Vancouver. We've got some fickle audiences, so to make it a whole year is pretty impressive. So why don't you come inside with me now and see what it's all about.
Well, tonight's a good night for you guys to be here. The Amy Wilding Show turns 1 today. It is a live variety style show featuring largely improv comedy, stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, live singing and dancing. Every month is a different show. We've tried a bunch of different things. We've tried a bunch of different venues. And tonight we're at Cafe de Soleil on the Drive, which is kind of home for me because I think it was like 1996 or 7 or something like that. Me and a friend, Shannon Clough, co-founded the open mic night here, which was Catcall back then, which is now still the open mic today, all those years later. So it's kind of, you know, a nice little bookend to be performing here again.
That is your generation's live.
I wanted to do something other than stand-up, but have a stand-up component, and then it kind of moved into wanting an improv component too. And then people were like, wow, you know, you should think about opening it up. So it just sort of opened up just another avenue for performers who maybe I met and thought, oh, you're primarily stand-up, but then out of the blue, they're like, I play the banjo and the kazoo, and I'm like, perfect, you're in my show. And a variety style show was born.
Amy tells me that the second year of the Amy Wilding Show is going to see 6 large-scale shows about every 2 months instead of the 1 show a month format she went with in year 1.
The future of the Amy Wilding Show is hopefully one day to be a TV-style show. Again, still kind of live in its style, but more segments. So we would travel around, we might go to small towns and pick people up along the way, and hopefully have sort of like a, you know, a mixture of Ellen, Saturday Night Live, Whose Line Is It Anyway, sort of feel to it. That's what I love. That's actually been my dream since I was about 10.
Amy plans to work with local charities, donating a portion of each show to that chosen charity. She believes strongly in fundraising for different charities for many reasons, and came to realize that she could start making a difference, not just making people laugh.
Honey, stop! Oh, okay, keep going.
For Outlook TV, I'm Rebecca Wyman.
Well, I'm going to just use my left hand.
Canada is a very diverse country. It shocks me sometimes how diverse. I would have assumed that jigging was something that happened back east.
Me too, but our reporter Colin Winter has taught us differently. In Winnipeg, he learned how to jig.
Welcome to Winnipeg. I'm Colin Winter. We're going to watch a Gosiak, Northern Lights, a celebration of Aboriginal culture. There's going to be a jig, apparently, some bannock served afterwards, so let's go inside and check it out.
All right, dancers, get in there. Don't be shy. All right, audience, keep an eye out for your favorite sugar. Your vote counts tonight. You'll be picking who wins the $100.
The future of two-spirited people in our community is a great future. I see nothing but hope, pride. I choke up actually thinking about the amount amount of respect, the amount of love that I have for my community, and it makes me proud to be a part of it.
We're here to Chakasak. I ate bannock, I did a jig, I watched the show, it was good times. I'm Colin Winter, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Outlook TV.
Chris Mateo for Outlook TV. We're here in Calgary, Alberta, covering the Gay Pride Parade. Let's go check it out.
This year was the biggest turnout Calgary has ever seen for Pride, with more than 15,000 people to take the streets in support of gay, lesbian, and transgendered acceptance. There were more than 60 parade entries. This year is guaranteed to be our largest parade ever. After the parade, everyone made way to Shaw Millennium Park, where the party continued, with a live DJ and special performances, one by Vancouver club sensation and recording artist Peter Breeze.
Rebecca, I didn't tell you this, but sometimes I'm a little psychic, and I'm feeling right now that the folks at home need to go and get a snack.
Ooh, but they should stay tuned because we will be back with lots more queer content.
Was that right?
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
Our next story takes us to the arts, specifically the world of dance. Now, you've heard of telekinesis, moving something with your mind. We sent our reporter Gary to check out a dance show called Kinesis Dance.
This is Gary Wolfader for Outlook TV at the Roundhouse Community Centre to see the latest production by Kinesis Dance Theatre of Odd Essay 114.
The concept of this production came out of the Homer's Odyssey as a metaphor, and then I use another metaphor and inspiration, who was my military. I had to do in Greece. The military number was 114. That's why I say Odyssey 114. I'm a gay man on myself, and I think the experience on male to male, it's a very strong experience for me, especially when you go in the army, for example, when I was on my 20s, and I feel that experience is very strong. You bond from many different ways, from the sexual way to the intellectual or spiritual way.
You'll see quite a few different emotions going back and forth to to try to confuse you, to try and make you really look at the piece and really think about what's going on. It's never just going to be just intense and just aggressive for a long period of time. There'll be a really intense and aggressive part, and then all of a sudden there'll be a really calm and really intimate part that you weren't expecting to happen, and then it will go right back to a more aggressive, more intense scene, and then it will flip maybe to a humorous scene, and it kind of just it throws you through a loop.
Reading about sort of the different elements that he's trying to interpret into the piece, and doing a lot of self-research in terms of what those things mean to us. It takes you on a total journey of emotion. Sometimes I feel so calm and so cool. Sometimes I feel like the fires within me are just fighting everything. So it's a whole ride that we go on.
The light designer is James Pradeford. The video artist is Josh Hyde. The set designer is Craig Alferson. And the composer is Stefan Smulovic.
Check out kinesisdance.org for news of future presentations.
So, Dan, speaking of things that, you didn't necessarily know about me or me about you, I've done a little drag in my time. How about you?
Yeah, I've done drag. What was your drag king name?
Dirk Bentdick.
I'm Mandy Lifeboat in my alter ego.
Nice.
There's a lot of drag that happens here in Vancouver, isn't there?
There is, and there is a drag king show called Man Up. It's held at the Cobalt.
Well, I think we've got a clip.
Ooh, Ray was there.
Ray?
This year is the 101st anniversary of the Cobalt, and we're here tonight to watch Man Up's Amateur Hour. Let's see what happens. Man Up is a drag king focused queer variety show that happens in East Van at the Cobalt every month on the last Saturday. We have been running for coming up 5 years, and we started at Lick, and about a year and a half ago we moved to the Cobalt. So we feature anywhere between sort of 6 to 10 numbers, usually drag kings, all local Vancouver queer talent.
A drag king is someone performing masculinity of all types on stage.
We all do gender play every day. I mean, constantly when we're walking about, it's some type of performance. We're just not necessarily actively engaging with it. So I think with drag, what's fun about it is you get to be very intentional about the way you're playing around with gender.
Why do you do Man Up now?
Because I love it. It's the expression, it's the free fall, and the fact is that it's a free stage, and it's that stage where you can just come and like express however you want to express yourself.
So Amateur for you guys is basically an audition for the actual Man Up show?
The sort of spirit of starting the amateur night was not, you know, about competition or necessarily recruiting talent for Man Up, but really just to provide a stage for newcomers who wanted to, as I was saying earlier, like either just try a one-off, you know, stab at drag because it looks kind of cool and whatever, or whether somebody's totally inspired and committed and wants to make it a thing or a hobby or a passion.
Well, that was an adventure. For Outlook TV, this has been Ray Clark at the Cobalt in Vancouver. Man Up, come see it.
Rebecca, I've been meaning to ask you for quite some time, whose bed have your boots been under?
Ooh, personal question. Here's one right back at you. Have you saved a horse lately and ridden a cowboy?
Any man of mine better walk the line.
Oh yeah? Does she think your tractor's sexy?
I hope now that you've caught on that we've been trading country western song titles.
I sure hope they caught on.
We're in our music segment now, and we sent Clement to go and interview Patrick Masse.
He is a queer cowboy extraordinaire.
Clement.
Canadian country recording artist Patrick Masse sets out a standard above any other artist in his genre as a proud gay man. I had a chance to sit down with Patrick to talk about why he came out in his professional career.
I came out when I was 19, and then I guess in my professional career as a country musician, I came out in 2004. And then just recently, there's been a resurgence of a lot of interest in it, I guess, with all the bullying and things going on. So I just felt compelled recently to reshare my story. So I just came from a good family, and I've got good support on the professional side of my career. So I just decided that, it was time to take a stand, and I just think it's important for somebody to actually stand up and talk about it.
As country music is usually dominated by the Christian standards, why aren't more people coming out and being honest about their sexuality in the country music scene?
I think it has a lot to do with the genre itself, and it's a very, like in Nashville, Christian music's bigger than country music, so if that sets kind of the tone of, the atmosphere. So I think that people are just, they're frightened, but living in Canada, we can legally get married in this country, so it's, we have all the rights that any citizen does. So I think that kind of sets me apart because I'm Canadian as well, and it's when I travel through the States and do shows, it's always a big topic for people because it's a big deal to have that right? I can tell you from a personal standpoint, it's opened up more doors for me since I've come out.
Country music usually tells a story about family and relationships, but Patrick writes his songs for anyone and everyone.
Mine's pretty gender neutral. I mean, I've never wanted to alienate anybody from my music. So if you listen to my latest album and the man, you'll hear I don't really talk about, you know, the male-female relationship or man and man, woman and woman. It's just very gender neutral. Like like I said, I don't want to alienate anybody. I want everybody to, when they listen to my album, they can relate.
So what's the next step for Patrick Masse's career?
Well, we're working on a new album. It's probably going to be a self-titled album, so I've never done a self-titled album yet. And we're also working on a reality show about being an openly gay country singer.
Don't forget to check out Patrick on his website at www.patrickmasse.com. Till next time, this is Clement C. Blaze in Vancouver for Outlook TV.
Well, that's it from our world this episode. Thanks so much for joining us here at Outlook TV. We have a couple of important things to remind you of before we close off here.
It's true. VIFF, the Vancouver International Film Festival, is coming up. That runs from September 27th to October 4th. Please check it out. There are plenty of queer films.
And on September 23rd, the Scotiabank AIDS Walk happens in Vancouver, so definitely check that out. It's important to be a part of that.
And we'd like you to like us on Facebook. And you can catch our past episodes on YouTube. Check us out.
And if you have an idea for a queer story anywhere across the country, email us and get involved. We're a team of volunteers, and we'd love to be joined by you.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. See you next time. Stay fabulous.